Inside Vizrt, there is an image editor. So it is possible to manipulate your images within inside of Vizrt without having to take them into an external program like Photoshop and make changes. Though limited, it could save you time in certain situations. And to get into the image editor, what you just have to do is double click on any image within your server. So here I'm just going to use this city image here, and when I click on that, double click on it, notice that this image is already referenced in a scene. And that's okay, so we're going to use it anyway, and because we're not going to save over this, we're going to do a save as when we apply certain effects to this. So here we are in the image editor window, and we can zoom out immediately a little bit with our middle mouse button. And on the left hand side here, you see we have in the upper left, it tells us the name of the image. It also tells us the size of this image and then the format as well. Running down the left hand side, we have options to manipulate this image. So first we have the alpha setting. You can come in and adjust the alpha setting for this image. Below that we have a blur, and you notice when we do click on the blur that this little box appears, and this is just our preview box. So if we do apply a blur a little bit here and make the adjustment, you can see that it shows us what's inside of this box here in the upper right corner, and that is our preview. Now if you want to apply the effect, you just hit apply at any time. If you don't want to apply it, you just move down to the next option here, such as charcoal, and the charcoal will turn the picture basically black and white like a charcoal drawing. The color gamut setting, here we can adjust the red, the green, and the blue setting individually, and again it gives us the preview over there. We have a contrast and hue. We can adjust the brightness, the saturation, the hue, and again there's our preview window in the upper right. We have a convert format here where it will allow us to convert the current format of RGB to an RGBA, an alpha, a luminance alpha. It gives us the option to compress it down to a DXT1 or a DXT5. There's a crop and add setting here, and when we click on this, it gives us margins around the image, so we can come in and adjust our left side, our right side, our top, and our bottom. And if we wanted to crop that, we would just hit apply and it would apply. If you want to add some room, you could just come in and add some onto the right, left, top, bottom, whichever you need. Below that there is an edge setting which will adjust the edge of the photo. There's an emboss setting, and this will emboss the photo, so you have both angle and value to adjust there. Below that there is a flip option, so we can flip vertical, we can flip horizontal, and when you do that it just does it right in the image itself, not in the preview window. So we did flip it vertical, and then we'll go down to the next one here, Gaussian blur. Again, this gives us the preview window. We slide it over any area that we want, and we can come up and adjust the properties here in the upper right window. It will show us. There's a gamma setting. We come in and adjust the gamma as well. It shows us the preview in the upper right. Invert setting, which will invert the photo. So you can invert it, and then if you don't want it, just take it off. There is a posterize setting. Again, gives us the preview window. You can adjust the level of it and shows you the preview in the upper right. There's a quantize color, and when we adjust this, it applies it right to the image here, adds some speculation to the image a bit. There's a rotation setting. It's set to degrees, so you can rotate this image. There's a scale, which will allow us to adjust the image size, so we can adjust it by percentage, or if we know the particular size that we want, such as 1280, we could type that in as well and hit apply if we need to. There's a solarize. Again, we can adjust the value of it. It will show you the preview in the upper right. There's a spread pix. Again, adjust the property and you get the preview in the upper right. There's a stretch, so we can stretch this photo out in the width percentage, in the width itself, or the height percentage and the height itself. There's also a swirl setting, so we can swirl this in degrees. It shows us the swirl right there. And finally, we have the wave setting, so we can adjust the wave setting here as well. Now I'm going to apply that, and you can see when we applied it, how it changed the image. Now I'm ready to save it. If you don't want to save it, you just hit close and you won't have overwritten the original photo. However, if you do want to save it, you just click Save As, you choose your folder where you want to save it, you give it a name such as City Raw 2, you click OK, And then when you close this window and go back into your server, you can see that image right there, which you can further go in and manipulate it again if needed be.